I am Amanda Osmer from the Grappone Automotive Group. I'm the fourth generation family member to help operate the auto group down in Bow, and I'd like to talk to you today a little bit about the environment. And I guess we've heard enough where that could kind of be almost a boring topic at this point, but we take some different approaches at work, which I find interesting. And I'd like to say first off that, I'm well aware of what greenwashing is, and we're not trying to do that. We basically want people to know what efforts we're making, but we'll always take people's input and suggestions as to how we can be better and improve ourselves. So by no means are we like the kings of environmental responsibility, but we certainly are trying. And anybody who has any comments, please let us know. So in terms of the environment, we sell cars, so people automatically probably assume that we're not environmentally responsible because of the fact that they're the second largest producer of carbon monoxide after cow poop, I believe. So me and Gary Hirschberg. But we do make concerted efforts to recycle as much as we can. We're actually just now looking into single stream waste so that we can actually combine everything and have it separated at a facility off-site, which would enable us finally to get aluminum and glass out of the waste stream, because that's something right now in the town of Bow that we can't recycle. So we recycle all of our waste oil. We heat our shops with it in the wintertime. We recycle all paper products, anything that rips, cardboard, things like that. In the collision center specifically, bumper covers, we actually give back to someone who remanufactures them as opposed to cutting them up and throwing them in the waste stream. Some people think that's goofy because sometimes we end up buying back the ones that we gave them, but to me it's a better solution than filling up a landfill with them. Also at the collision center, and actually at most of our mechanical facilities, we have retrofitted all of our shops with T8 and T10 bulbs, which at the collision center I don't have stats for the other places yet, but we have saved about 8% in our electricity costs. So it also makes sense, obviously, from a business standpoint to recycle because it saves you money. So there's that argument, of course, and then there's the argument that it's just the right thing to do, which when it comes to the collision center, we fall into that category because we chose last November to convert our paint system to something called waterborne or water-based. And basically, in a nutshell, as opposed to a solvent-based paint, what that is you put your primer on, which still has lots of solvents in it. We don't have a product yet that is water-based for that, but the base coat of the color itself is actually produces 90% fewer VOCs. So the clear coat after that makes the car nice and shiny, that still is quite heavily solvent-laden, lots of VOCs, volatile organic compounds. But overall, when you take our production and you roll all those things together, we are now generating 40% fewer VOCs. So that's something that we did just because we could and it was out there. It is a federal mandate in several counties in California as well as the entire entire country of Canada. And probably by about 2013, New Hampshire and New England will have to be spraying waterborne by law, but we wanted to get a head start. So we are doing that. Something else interesting that we're doing this year at the Collision Center is each month we will choose a different nonprofit that's New Hampshire-based and environmentally oriented, and we are giving them a small donation, $250, and then for that month they can advertise for free in our waiting area. We've got a 4-foot by 6-foot corkboard that we put up for them to display whatever materials they want. We'll put them on our website, and we will give all of their members 25% off of any out-of-pocket expenses at the Collision Center for that month. And also further, for the entire year of '09, anybody who's recognized any of these nonprofits, all their members can come in and say if they're trying to sell their car or it's a lease turn-in and they need it to be buffed and get the little scratches out and things, we'll do that free of charge too. And really there are a bunch of reasons why we did that, but the first one is because, yet again, being a big fish, that's one of your special moments that you can edit. A big fish in a small pond, you can spread the word very quickly. Especially when you target people to whom the environment is important, because they will tell their friends and their friends tell their friends and they find it to be meaningful. And that's one of the reasons why we're able to, I think, get a lot of word of mouth advertising, is because when you do something like that and you make the commitment to being environmentally aware and to saying, it's not a ton of money, but here's recognition that you're doing good work and you're doing it for our state to keep it a special place to live, that really makes a difference to people. We're also hoping that by being advertised on our website for free, that they'll tell their friends to go there, and then their friends will notice too that, hey, Grappone Collision Center is trying to make a difference. So the DES in New Hampshire has a program called the Aspiring Leaders Program, and the waterborne paint system that we put in place is one of the programs that we chose to help qualify us as being one of the aspiring leaders in the state. The other two, which I think it's a 3-year time period that you have to commit to this. The other two items that we're looking at carefully are idle reduction. We have a fleet of parts delivery trucks that are out in the 4-state area 5 days a week. There are 8 trucks, so you can imagine they rack up a lot of miles. We've already actually changed the body style of the vehicles, which has gotten us 1 to 2 miles per gallon better because they're more aerodynamic. But now through this fairly aggressive anti-idling campaign, we're hoping to really notice a difference in what we do in terms of fuel performance, fuel economy. 50% of new car sales also is our third Aspiring Leaders project. We are hoping 50% of every new car we sell in '09 will comply with what's called the Granite State Clean Car Program through New Hampshire auto dealers. Basically, in a nutshell, what that means is that the vehicle itself has to get either 30 miles to the gallon or better, and it has to be either low or ultra low emission vehicle. So a complete list can be found at NHADA's website, nhada.org. And actually last year we were in the neighborhood of about 45% of every vehicle we sold actually fell into that category. So it certainly helps that we have a mix of franchises that carry 4-cylinder vehicles. We carry Hyundai, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, and Ford, in addition to our wholesale parts and our collision businesses. Yeah, so just overall, in general terms, everybody can do something to help the environment, even by the way you drive. You know, drive 55 instead of 70. That'll save you quite a lot of gas on the highway. Don't take off real fast. Don't make jackrabbit starts. That eats up a ton of gas when you do that. If you have heavy stuff in your car that doesn't need to be there, take it out. It's just weighing you down. There are a lot of things we can do. Change your air cabin filter. That's a good one. Get regular maintenance done, because if your car is not performing in its optimal ability, it won't give you the best gas mileage possible. So like I said, please call, email if you have any questions or anything. I'm at aosmer@grappone.com. It's Osmer is the spelling of my last name. And my number is 226-8490. So I hope to hear from you. Thanks.